Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. First tonight, the net tightens on Australia's big cats. Tonight, more reported sightings and more evidence from ACA viewers since our story earlier this week. Howard Gips has the latest on the wild cat alert.
Hunter Kurt Engel was charged by this huge black cat in rugged country in Victoria. Kurt got the cat and sent a DNA sample off for analysis. The results in a moment.
Whatever the animal is, it's not big enough to bring them down. What's truly bizarre is it's strong enough to have a go at these sort of animals. It's attacked the hinds and the neck. My question to skeptics is, what sort of animal does this in the Australian bush?
Big cat watcher Mike Williams has his own evidence that they're out there.
This is not crazy. There is something truly strange in the Australian bush.
My thoughts were that it was a panther. It looked like a panther, it moved like a panther.
Hard to judge from a distance, but the size of the cat he saw stunned Brendan Marnie. He has some grainy photos, but is it pussy or panther? Brendan is one of 150 viewers who contacted us after our story on Wednesday night, all confirming something is breeding fast.
I certainly believe that these animals are out there. I've seen them and I'm convinced in my own mind.
From what I've gathered and learnt since, there's hundreds out there, possibly around about 200, 250. In our area, around about 20, and they're breeding. That's exactly what I saw.
Remember Cheryl Gilbert? She told us of her scary encounters with big cats. She got very close to one of the two she believes live on her property near the Blue Mountains. And she knows the difference between a domestic cat gone feral and big cats like panthers.
Within about 7 metres of the first one, and there is no way on this earth it was a feral cat. It was a black leopard, and it's frightening to think that it's there.
We have collected scats and hair. We have tree scratchings. We've had...
Cat watcher Chris Coffey is one voice in the wilderness, sounding warnings that these natural-born killers are breeding. But she's fighting official apathy. Many authorities dismiss the sightings as nothing more than overgrown moggies who've been dumped or strayed.
I think maybe people are frightened that they don't want to believe it. And, you know, they are out there.
In Australia, the habitat covers everything from desert situations to like savanna like this to very thick bush.
Mike Williams has been crunching the numbers and the locations. His data is compelling. Big cat sightings are coming in at an increasing rate from most Australian states.
A lot of reports at Central Victoria. We're getting a few more up on the Central Coast in these spots here.
There are hotspots where populations are breeding faster, usually rugged terrain. Gippsland in Victoria, the Blue Mountains in New South Wales, Queensland and in the West. Many of your calls and emails came from these areas.
Looked like a black panther or leopard by the colour, length of tail, and most distinguishing was shape and colour of its eye.
The animal was very large and stood about 1.5 metres tall.
Its coat was quite smooth, shiny and jet black.
But the $64,000 question, how did this feline breeding frenzy start?
The main theories are gold prospectors in the 1880s with some form of pumas, American troop mascots, which are pumas and leopards, and zoo releases and escapes since the 1940s.
Are they going to wait till somebody dies and then blame it on a dog or...
It's also increasingly likely human beings will be confronting these big cats. So what's the best strategy?
If you encounter one of these cats, the first thing you do is you do not turn your back on it. You just make eye contact and make yourself as large as possible. Because whatever they are, as soon as they're aware of humans, they either run or if they stand there, they're obviously aware we're different. So they're not actually that keen to attack so far.
The DNA sample Kurt Engel sent off for analysis came back saying his cat was just a feral moggy. Now that highlights how difficult it is to tell the species apart. Now frightened homeowners are setting up infrared cameras to gather more proof, and that might finally force the authorities to investigate.
We're dealing with the most elusive, dangerous animal in the world.
And because of your overwhelming response, we're staying on this story. If you have evidence of a big cat sighting, send us an email.